Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We're trying to get Crystal up here.
Yeah, we're working with her. Technical difficulties.
Did you guys see the link in the chat? Did it pop up? Because it kicked me off the first time, and I'm trying to the best I can get her up here. I'm not good at this.
Thanks everybody for being here. We got all kinds of cool people just jumping in everywhere. All things fish, Kevin, Sand Creek. Hi, Amy. I know you're a girl now. See, I remembered. Hey, Skipper, I've seen you earlier in there too.
Oh, there she is.
There we got her, guys.
Hey! Oh, wow.
There she is.
Hey, hey.
Welcome.
I made it.
You did. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing today? Good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. And you guys?
Yeah, it's been a little like nasty outside, but other than that, I can't complain.
Oh, wow.
It's like that in between rain and mist. It's just cold and just gross.
Oh, I think it's a little chilly outside. Although I have not been out there today, but.
Oh yeah, Big Renzo. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Mine are on next. It's all right. I get you.
Sorry ahead of time. There's probably going to be some football talk.
Okay.
Well, what did you have anything in mind that you wanted to start off and talk about, or just really? I'm just curious of everything you have. It seems like you have so many cool little things that I'm just curious of everything you take care of.
Okay, yeah, sure, I can talk about that. Right now I do take care. I got 2 female guinea pigs.
Mm-hmm.
I have a cat. I have an African cod frog fish tank. I have a snail fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have a betta fish tank in my kitchen, and I'm about to start working on a 4th fish tank because I want a display fish tank like in my front room so everybody can come in and see. I think that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah.
So yeah, that's I don't have that yet. So and then I got a bunch of little other critters like isopads and millipedes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like you have all kinds of cool little, like, just all kinds of cool things. I don't get to catch your live stream all the time because it seems like the kids are always like a ruckus, but every time I do, I always learn something new about you that I didn't know you took care of. And I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. Excuse me. So yeah.
Oh, let's keep going. Hey, Danikin, I see Danikin.
Got a lot of tanks too.
Huh, say one more time.
So like you guys got a lot of cool fish tanks too, I see.
Yeah, and we're starting to get more and more. For sure.
Hey.
Once you get that itch, it's just like, well, there's always room.
Right, exactly.
One more, just one more. It's always just one more.
I know, right? Exactly. It is always just that one more.
Yeah, and then when you think you're done, you're like, okay, that tank looks good, and then there's a new idea.
Yeah, exactly. That is so true.
I was like, well, that was done, but
I know, but let's go ahead and add this one anyway.
yeah, he brought home a rabbit the other day, and I've never taken care of a rabbit, and this has been quite fun. Like, I'm like, this is adorable.
Oh,
So that's been a new adventure.
Rabbits are so adorable.
Yes, I had no idea what I was missing. Not a clue. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I acquired a Dutch rabbit.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember.
And
Nice.
And the kids absolutely they love it. They're head over heels for it, and he's fine. He loves he's been well taken care of, and he needed a home, so I
Yeah.
said, I'll take him. I'll take him. I kind of sprung it on her.
Yeah, rabbits are so sweet. I had one growing up, and I had one as I was growing too. They are pretty cool. They're kind of similar to guinea pigs, but different at the same time.
Yeah, I had one hamster for a small amount of time when I was very, very young, and I barely remember it. But that's about my experience. So it's been a learning curve, but it's been fun.
Oh yeah, I had a hamster too. They're fun.
I still don't have my new glasses, guys, so Jesse's gonna be my eyeballs again.
Oh, Bird Garden wants to know what's the rabbit's name. The rabbit's name is Bugs.
Mm-hmm. The kids call it Peter, but I call it Bugs. That's Rat, by the way. Hi, Rat.
That's what I thought it was red. But I wasn't going to say it because I've already messed up once. I ain't doing it
He's
again.
paranoid now.
I'm paranoid, so I'm not doing it. Messed up. Sorry, Amy.
It happens.
Again.
It happens. We talked about
I have
good for a while.
One of my pigs' name is Oiled, and the other one name is Cookie.
Oh,
My daughters
Okay.
both named animals.
Well, we usually let the kids name pretty well everything, and then we kind of
Same.
shift it a little bit.
yeah. There was a couple like past dogs that had some Disney princess names that when I went out there to get them to come inside, I'm like, I just don't like this name. Princess Jasmine, like, magical. Like it's just what's up with these names?
Yeah.
There was a question.
That's some of the coolest names sometimes.
Yeah, Brighton, my little one, he's obsessed with Peter Rabbit, so that's his name. He calls it Peter Rabbit, but I like Bugs.
Oh, Kevin Long with the question on suggestion of 40 breeder 3-tier rack. That's gonna be heavy, bud.
He knows more about that stuff than I do.
That's gonna be heavy because water weighs 8.6 pounds per gallon, and a 40 breeder is actually gonna hold maybe only about 37 gallons if you fill it to the top. So you're either gonna have to weld up a rack, or I would go wood, like I did for the 55s behind Carrie.
His son built this one.
Yeah,
If I can get my finger right over here.
yeah, like I did for the 55s. You can stack them. Just make sure to give yourself enough room for water changes. 40 breeders, the size, you'll be able to get them. The bottom tank would be the hardest one to water change if you slam it to the floor.
I don't like the bottom, like on these behind Jesse, the tank at the bottom. I hate water changing those because I can't get it started, the siphon. It's so low on the ground. I have a 40 breeder upstairs and it's on an old dresser, so it's on nothing fancy. It's not a 3-tiered rack. And I do like these behind him, these rack, but a 20 long is about my limit on what I trust for those racks.
And Kevin, the more cross bracing you can do across the middle, the better.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
these are 55s in that tank.
Yeah, I got 55s and I can stand on them with the tanks full of water. So there, you just have to build them up really, really thick. I mean, you can always hit Science Gal up again, hit Carrie up, and I'll give you more detail.
Hit me up so I can relate to him because I don't know building stuff.
Well, Crystal, I'm the guy that when she says, make my dream come true, I have to sit down and figure it out.
Oh.
That's so nice on the live stream.
Well, she
I'm
wanted
just playing.
to know how to do 20 longs. I'm like, 20 longs, we can do those on metal racks.
See,
They'll be fine as long as you buy the heavier ones. They have different grades. And if you don't read what you're buying, then you can end up with a really cool video about disaster.
I just assume that everything's gonna fall off, and I just stare at the first week until I'm okay, that I can walk away. Jeff Rose is in here. Hi, Jeff Rose.
Yeah, what's up, Jeff Rowe?
Monster Fish.
Hello,
Gal.
everybody in the chat.
Oh yeah, Patty's in here.
Hey,
Greg
Patty.
Guppy guy, Danikin's in here. Everybody's in here. Monster Fish Gal.
Hi,
obviously.
How long have you been doing YouTube? How long have you? I feel like you've been doing YouTube as long as I have. I feel like you've been around for a little bit, part of the Fish fam.
Yeah. I'll say about 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I ran into you at the Chicago Aquashella, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's where we met. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I saw
I was
you.
trying to think back. I'm like, I really can't remember if it was Dallas or Chicago, but I feel like it was Chicago. And I felt bad because I was like, I should have talked to you longer.
Yeah,
but
it
it
was-
was like
It was definitely Chicago.
okay, because it was in passing. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But it's so overwhelming that you're just like, everybody.
I know it was busy up there.
Yeah.
So many people to talk
I
to.
was there both days. It was busy both days.
Yeah. They were. And you, like, on the way home, it's like, I can't believe it's already over. So it's just like,
I know, yeah.
Well, I want to know.
I-
Me particularly, I want to know more about our ice pods for real.
Yeah, talk about your ice pots. How do you keep those?
Oh, my ISO pads?
Mm-hmm.
I just keep them in what do you call that? Eco Earth. The
Okay.
third.
Yeah.
And then I put leaves in it, and then I also put sphagnum moss so that they could get their water, because I keep the sphagnum moss wet so they can stay hydrated.
You just.
And then I just spray it. So I just spray that part with the water. And then I also put leaves in there because leaves is like their main diets, but I do use vegetables and fish food and all that. They eat that too. That kind of helps them breed quicker sometimes. And you could get more quicker.
Yeah, I've just kept some that I found outside in the yard. I gave some to
Oh, wow, cool.
but I haven't kept them long term. I can go outside and they're under every rock, but they're not the fancy ones. They're just kind of just the little gray.
I know, yeah. I used to keep some from outside too, yeah.
Mhm. But they're everywhere outside, especially on days like
They are.
this. Go and just lift up a rock and dust like 100 of them in a bucket and bring them inside.
I know exactly. Yeah. I find them under rocks and logs and stuff like that all the time around here.
Yeah, the kids like to play with them.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Do you feed them how often do you feed them the fish food? Do you just kind of sprinkle it in and let it go for a couple of weeks, or is it
Yes, I do it twice a week usually.
twice a week? Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering about that because we've never kept them long term and just kind of. I'm really interested in it myself.
there's so many cool ones. Like I had no idea because I never honestly
They
thought
are.
about it.
They are.
But there's been a couple videos I've
And I
watched
got
lately there's all kinds of them.
There is. Oh yeah. I got like 3 or 4 different kinds right now myself.
Wow.
Well, right now, what's your favorite?
I have to say the zebras.
Mm-hmm.
The zebra ice pads.
They're pretty and I never thought that I would look at a bug and be like, that's so cool, but they are.
I know, right?
And that's how I felt
Right.
like I had some of those. I can't remember how to pronounce it. It was like Nubian roaches or something. And I was so proud of myself. And I was like, if people came over here and be like, you're breeding roaches on purpose in your house,
Yeah, very large
I
roaches.
might get a few like,
Right.
but my fish like them.
Oh yeah, A lot of people do breed those too, as well.
It's like the randomest things. I think Joey was talking about that too in one of the chats. It's like some of the things we're so proud of breeding that outside the fish fam, it might not be so cool. Here, look at my roaches I'm breeding. I'm so proud.
I know. What's up, Big Tank Hank? T-Bone in here.
We're going to be on Big Tank Hank's stream, I believe, this Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And if you have to like nudge me a few times because I'm trying to practice staying up that late. This last couple of days, I'm like, oh man, I'm not used to it, but I'm really excited to chat.
Oh yeah, we usually fall asleep to.
I get up
Fish
too
stream.
early. I get up too early, and then I'm ready for sleep at like 6, and I miss all those late night chats, and I feel bad.
Oh.
Hi, Haley.
Yeah.
Hi, Paul.
Haley's in here.
Oh. Hello.
Well, are you working on any new videos here lately or anything that I can like get the inside scoop of what's coming out next?
Promote.
Promote.
I'm just next working on my next fish tank that I'm about to have going on. That's about it.
Are you gonna film it? I'm assuming you are.
Yes.
That's gonna be cool. I'm excited to watch that. I like new fish tanks and everybody's like different ways of setting them up.
I know exactly.
I feel like I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm probably thinking about the brackish water tank. That's probably what I'm gonna do next.
Yeah, I've had a little bit experience with the brackish water. I haven't gone full salt water ever, but I've had a few
I haven't either. No.
through the years, and I like them. They're a little bit challenging. I always stress about when I water change more than the tanks down here.
Right.
The tanks down here, I'm just like, I let my water sit usually overnight, and then I'll water change the next day. But that brackish tank, I'm usually a little bit more. I do it a little slower.
What's up, Fishy Biz?
Hi.
Hello, Fishy.
Did you guys have any questions for Crystal? Because I am not a pro at like some of these other. I don't know. I just really enjoy the videos and the live streams I catch of you, and I wish I could catch more. And I am sorry about that, but I always enjoy the
Yeah, it's like
Oh, I know. I get bombarded by her all the time. It's constant.
Yeah.
Oh, hat tricks in here. Oh, heavies. Yeah, and heavies in
Monster Fish Girl. Hello.
Welcome to the stream. The Sunday chats.
here. Oh, yeah.
Huh? Sorry.
I keep jacking with the chair on purpose.
Yeah.
It aggravates her.
It does.
I do it on purpose, folks.
Let me see if I can.
Oh, Danikin. Oh, all things fish was putting out. Well, he's editing.
Here.
Yeah, hopefully they'll have something like that again whenever this pandemic is over, where we all can get together and hope something like that.
I'm really hoping that I think the next one, Aquashella Wise, is in June.
Yeah, Orlando, I believe.
Oh.
Could be wrong.
Oh, wow.
Like it's coming up. I can't remember what weekend it is though.
Because what is it? Orlando.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think there's 3 this next year if everything works out, but I'm not really sure. I
Right,
haven't bought
right.
any tickets yet, but if I will. Probably like 2 weeks beforehand, I'll be like, okay, click.
Oh, Big Tank Hank wants to know if Crystal
Right.
has any succulents.
Yeah. Tell me more about your plants, because you do have plants too.
Yeah, I do got some plans. As a matter of fact, I just the other day I just gotten some more let's see here. I just gotten some more, I put some more plants in my fish tank. Like I put a Java moss ball in there. I mean Java moss, excuse me. And then of course I put Moriano. I got Moriano moss balls, and I also put duckweed. Most of those I put in with my African cauliflower tank because I'm trying to make it look natural as possible.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the plants. I'm slowly getting, it's been like 2 years now, but I'm
And
slowly.
I do have house plants too. Like I got cactuses. I've got I got, oh my gosh, what do you call those? um pothos plants. And I got succulents. I got all that good stuff. And some
I try.
cactuses.
I try.
Can't
I
wait,
do
I
not.
can't wait to spring though because I could garden again.
I always try. I always set up a garden. I always get way too many houseplants every year, and every year I kill them. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I do not have a green thumb. You are far more talented than I.
Oh.
I can't do it. I try so hard. And this year the garden did do a little bit better because I did use my fish tank water for my water changes
Oh
outside.
yeah, that's what I do.
So I
I
did
definitely
get
use fish water.
a better yield for the garden than I ever have in years past. But no joke, it's been like 15 years of trying to grow house plants and all these things, and I can't do it.
Oh.
I don't know if I overwater it, underwater it, over fertilize it. I don't know what I do, but it doesn't work. But I have fun buying them.
Jersey guy wants he says he needs to order some plants and stuff from you, Crystal.
Oh wow. I don't have that many. Maybe one day
You're about to be in the market now.
Yeah.
You about to be in the market now. And then Geek Boy, he went ahead and put up everything in the chat for all the Orlando's June 12th and 13th, Chicago's August 14th and 15th, and Dallas is over Halloween 30th, 31st. So there's for the three Aquatellas this year. As long as it doesn't get canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exactly. Yeah, I don't want to buy tickets early like I did last time when I went to Chicago.
I bought them at, what was it? I think it was the Chicago one again. I can't remember, but I bought one. And then they refunded our money on the hotel really easily. It was really no hassle at all. And I was like, okay, well, I can't go.
Oh, that's good.
This was a good, like, easy process to get it refunded. So, but I think I'll wait probably a little bit more last minute this time. But I'm so excited that it's all I can do is not.
Right, exactly.
Hey, Priscilla. Yeah, Priscilla says Dallas is going to be on fire.
Mhm. It is.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited to see everybody in person because I say this every week. This is
I
my
know,
only
right?
social circle. And it's like I get to see all my friends.
Thank you, Priscilla.
There was I think Jeffrey had a question for me up here about new projects this year. Whatever I can manage to pull together, I'm trying my hardest to edit better and faster.
Jeffro, whatever she makes me do.
Listen to him. But I'm hoping to do a giveaway here pretty soon when the channel hits 3,000. I'm hoping to figure out how to do a giveaway, but I don't know. Maybe I can get your guys' thoughts. Do you prefer, like, I ask a question and it's like, here's the answer, or do you guys like the auto pick stuff? How do you like giveaways? You prefer, does anybody have any opinions on the matter? Because it's my first one and I don't know what I'm doing. But I have these lovely shirts I would like to.
Oh, those are nice shirts.
My mom makes them for me, so I would like to help my mom with some extra.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So hopefully I can launch that soon with towels, and we have talked about that. Other than that, I'm just trying to edit and figure out how to be a professional streamer like you, Jeffro.
Yeah, Jeffro's the bomb.
Everybody's chats are. I feel like I'm playing one on, but
No, show us around, Crystal. Whatever
Yeah.
you want to do, it's your time.
It's your time. Whatever you want to talk about.
It's all whatever you want. What is your favorite? What do you like the best? What's coming up for you?
Yeah, what do you like? What do you have a dream fish that you want to track down and try to keep?
I do, but I know that's not going to happen anytime soon because I need a saltwater tank for that.
Yeah.
Well, not out of the possibility.
Starfish and stuff like that. I think that'd be cool, but I know I have
Yeah.
to do a lot of research.
There's so many cool things, and it seems like I'll go fish shopping, and I'm so indecisive that I'm like, I just don't know what I want. Every time I scroll
Right, I know, yeah.
through or see a picture or watch someone, I'm like, that's awesome.
Exactly.
And then like I'll read about it. But the selection we have locally isn't the largest, but I'm lucky that it is getting better. It seems like we have a couple new stores here lately that I am getting access to more different type of fish. So I'm excited about that. But it seems like that every time I look, there's something new to fall in love with.
Yeah, what's your selection around where you live? I mean, do you have a lot of places you can go to?
No, not really. The most things we got around here is probably like the big chain pet stores like Petco or PetSmart.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have some small local fish stores, but they all pretty much closed down around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have two local, but one's an hour away, and one's here in town. But the one here in town, they're getting more and more selection of saltwater, and that's a kind of a new thing for them. So I know, hopefully, I'll ask you for some advice on saltwater. I'll let you get it all figured out, then I'll be like, now how'd you do that?
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, that'd be cool.
Go ahead and film that for me so I can take notes.
When I get it, we'll do.
Oh, you'll get it. You'll get there. You'll have the bug.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always forced into the bug. I don't get a choice,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not too bad. I enjoy it. New challenges.
Oh yeah, fish tanks they're just so relaxing in general anyway to watch.
It's calming for sure.
It
At
is
least
very calming.
I'm gonna hear.
I enjoyed. They had a lot of salt water at Aquashella.
Oh yeah.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
I spent my time going through the salt water, just looking at the coral, just all the colors.
Oh
my-
yeah, they were beautiful.
And I'm just looking and going, and they were so small. And then the only thing I thought was, if I put that in a tank, and then the saltwater fish decides it's going to eat it, I'm like, it's gone.
I know.
What's up, Big J?
Welcome.
Oh, I hate stupid people's in here too. Me too. It happened. Oh, no. But her isopods, I like them.
I do too. We'll probably end up. I want to collect some actually for the fish room,
Oh,
and then get into
Hi,
some.
Jack and Dan.
But I don't. I don't know if they'll get along. I have a 20-gallon aquarium that I keep a few mealworms in, but I don't feed the mealworms as often as I used to because I don't have that freshwater butterfly fish anymore. So I kind of want to gradually get that from mealworms to the isopods.
Hang on, she said. What'd you say, Crystal?
I've been breeding those as well, mealworms.
Mm-hmm. I've got a few of them. They've grown up to the beetles, and then they've done their thing. But I don't feed them as I used to. I don't have as many fish around the fish room that eat them quite as much. And the arowana he wants more than the mealworms. So, but I am probably eventually gonna switch that over to something, but I just don't know. But the isopods intrigue me. They just intrigue me.
Oh yeah, I love isopads.
But when I gave some to Haley, I just used cricket, like the cricket food. I just sprinkled some cricket food in there. So I didn't know. Like, you said fish food too, didn't you? A little bit of fish food too.
I used fish food, cat food, dry mealworms.
Wow, all kinds of stuff. Is there a limit? Like, if I start one, should I get like just a handful, or it doesn't matter? Just throw as many in there.
Yeah, just throw as many in there. Although most people probably do get a handful, but.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I'm more on the millipede part. When I seen those, I was like, ah.
Oh yeah, those are pretty cool. Yes, the millipedes are pretty cool, and I do want to get some more in the spring.
See, I don't know. I think you're braver than I. I like the little ones, but when it came to that, I was like, I don't know.
The legs freak a lot of people out.
I'll see them in the yard. Occasionally, I'll get one in the house, but it's not very often. But when we're digging around in the wood chip pile and stuff, I'll get one out. I don't know. I just don't know what can bite me and what can't bite me. When it comes down to it, it's like, as long as there's no threat to my fingers, I guess. But
I know a lot of people. Sometimes they get it mixed up with the centipedes.
Yeah,
but I know the centipedes got a little bit of the venom. I won't mess with those, but you know.
I don't want to get close enough to find out if it's what it is.
Right. Yeah. Right.
She's a little more nervous than I am, and I'm not nervous at all about it. But unfortunately, I would like to have some giant millipedes just to see, unfortunately, what the arowana would do to one.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to keep it. You just want to feed it.
Well, I want to propagate it for my own viewing pleasure.
Well, you find out about each other in the live stream. You just never knew.
Well, you know the big boy is my favorite.
Yeah, it is. I've come to realize that. And
I love to watch him eat. He gets hungry. He gets angry.
Mm-hmm. How often do you feed your fish? Do you feed your fish daily, or do you feed your fish like once a week? How often do you feed your fish?
I usually feed my fish every other day.
Every other day?
Yeah.
I've been playing around with it.
That's just because I don't want to overfeed it, and on top of that, I don't want to mess up the water nitrates.
Mm-hmm. I felt like I was overfeeding for a long time, so now I've backed off, but I've kind of played around a little bit where I've just fed them a little bit once a day, fed them every other day, feed them like once a week. The tubs, the ones that were outside, they have so much food in there already. I feel like there's a lot more critters in there for them to eat from being outside.
Well, Select Pet just gave me the deal. He said, don't feed them. He said they're toxic.
Well, there you go. Thank you.
See, you saved a fish.
Yeah, I would have been very mad if you would have hurt the air.
Well, I would have too.
Oh, yeah.
I would have too.
That fish, let me tell you, it's been a learning curve and a bonding experience, but it's been worth it. But whew,
At least you got your answer.
thank you.
Well, that's the one thing about the chat. There's always somebody that knows something.
Exactly. Right. So true.
Do you take care of? Is it? See, I've already got them confused. You have the centipedes, not the millipedes, right?
Oh, no, I have the millipedes. I don't have the centerpiece.
How do you take care of those different than the isopods or the isopad? Or is it the exact same? Is it kind of like the same routine, or is it different?
Pretty much, it is the same routine. They eat the same foods and they live in the same conditions. So it ain't really no difference to me.
No. Do you keep them more damp or more? Do you have like a heat lamp or anything like that, or is it just kind of dark and kind of out of the way?
It's just kind of dark and out of the way. Now I don't use a heat lamp or nothing like that. But I do keep some of the isopads a little bit more moist than I do the millipedes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Interesting. See, I already got them confused, but I was like,
Well, no, I'm learning already. Between Crystal and Select Pet, throwing that in there, I'm learning already. I'm working my way through this.
yeah, you're just braver than me. Some of those things, like Dee was talking about in her stream today with one of the spiders. I was like, you guys are just way cooler.
Oh yeah, I was there for a little bit.
I'm like, I don't know if I can. I'm sure, like, once you start taking care of them and you cinch the routine of taking care of them, you'll fall in love with them, and it's a different aspect than just talking about it. But yeah,
Yes.
You're way cooler than me.
Oh.
Yeah, she won't keep no creepy crawlers.
I tried crickets for a while. Have you kept crickets before? Have you had luck with the crickets? No, I didn't either. It was awful.
I always use crickets to feed off.
I kept them alive just to feed them, but I was hoping in my head when I got them, I was like, I'll breed these and have a never-ending cycle of crickets, and it was just an epic failure.
What's up, Bomber?
I tried, but it was a mess. But the fish enjoyed eating them, but I don't really keep crickets too much. I do a little bit of the mealworms are left, but most of the stuff
I make a lot of
yeah. That butterfly fish, it ate a lot of that type of stuff, but I don't have anything down here that eats. I have the brine shrimp, though. I've been playing around with brine. That's new. I've been playing around with the brine shrimp hatchery, like my made hatchery. It's not a fancy hatchery.
Oh, I gotta try it. Catfish Terry's here. Yeehaw!
I had to push my button to get his sound effect. We crack up over that every time you.
Geek boy. Crickets are loud and smelly.
They are.
Yes, on both fronts.
They are.
You could hear them upstairs. Like you would be sleeping, and the fish room down here is in the basement. You could totally hear them loud as could be upstairs. And at first I was like, that's kind of nice. Reminds me of camping. And then it got old real quick.
I hear them all summer long around here.
Outside.
Oh, of course.
We had some frogs that, well, they come back every year, but those frogs outside in our pond, this year they got right underneath our window. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Like usually they're down at the other end of the yard, more by the koi pond, but this year they were over by the White Cloud minnow pond, like above ground tub. And they were
Wow. Good idea to put 300.
Frogs are so cool. Frogs are like one of my favorites.
I enjoy frogs. I just don't think I want to keep frogs anymore after listening to them outside underneath the window. I'm like, if it was that loud outside, I can only imagine how loud they would be inside.
My dream.
Zen Ginger.
The white trees frogs. I think those would be so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some that when I look at them online, just the pictures, I was like, I'd love to have them, but I just don't think I know enough about them to keep them.
I understand.
Zen Ginger, I agree with you. I feel like don't lick the millipedes is something you shouldn't have to tell people. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're right on that one.
Oh yeah, you don't know. Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't lick the millipede. Oh my goodness.
Don't know. Huh.
Hi, Monica, for real fish keepers here.
Oh,
I have to bring it closer.
Zen Ginger just cracked me up on that one. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna look.
Not planning on it anytime soon, but you never know, I guess.
Oh, and don't lick toads either. That's what Jack and Dan said.
I'm like looking back, some of the stuff people did in my biology class and lab, I'm like, I thought we were adults in this class, but I guess not. Dang, people. Oh.
Oh.
Some of those lab days, I was like, okay, this is how the class is going to go today.
Oh, well, it went off on a rant. Thank you, Crystal, for bringing up all the millipedes and isopods.
Oh, no problem. Of course, I'm happy to share it with you guys.
Chat's just going crazy over it.
Like, I know that I'll eventually go down because I just know I will because they're so cool. I just don't know if I'll get as fancy as some of those that you keep. They're just fancy. They're just cool to look at, crawl around, but definitely going to try some in the backyard and actually bring them in and see what happens because I have
that'd be cool.
And it's just full of, well, it's not full anymore, but like I said, it's got a little bit of mealworms. It does have a few of the beetles of the mealworms in it. And I keep them, I still feed them and spritz them, but I don't actively feed them anymore. And I haven't added any for a long time. I used to buy them and just add to it and just try to keep it going. But every time I go to PetSmart, I get, what was it? It was like a 50 count, like the little tub that you can get of the mealworms. Usually just go ask them and they'll bring them. And then I just dump that in that 20 long, probably like once a month. I would go and add some more to it. But I haven't done that in a really long time.
Oh.
But that butterfly fish that I had, I never did find it. I assumed it jumped out. But I never did find it. And it disappeared and literally I have no idea. I assumed it jumped, but I never did find it. But I'm so devastated.
Oh.
It's like a little
some fish are known to be jumpers, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I had rocks on the lid. I had everything I possibly could to weight that thing down because it wasn't.
I want killifish, but I know they're jumpers too, so you gotta be careful with them as well.
Yeah, we kept those.
I think it was the golden wonder killifish I had three of.
Wow.
And two jumped out. And I had the last one for a really long time, but I don't know if it was like loaded or constipated. It got real swollen and nothing I could do would make it not so swollen. And it eventually passed, but that was the only one. 2 out of the 3 jumped like immediately. And I was like, oh man. But watching them killifish eat, I had no idea it was so fascinating to watch. Like it's just, you can sit there and just watch them.
I know they are very fascinating.
Feed them because they were so fun to watch to eat.
Yep.
Right.
For real, I want to try killifish. Yeah, they're fun.
They are fun. And they come in so many magical different color combinations that I was like, there's not one that's any cooler than the other one. They are cool fish.
Leslie's aquatics. Leslie's aquatics. You girls are braver than me. I can't.
Yeah, you think I could probably deal with it if I could deal with the roaches, but I don't know what's the difference. But one, I don't know. You're just cooler than I keeping them.
Oh.
So every once in a while, I'll find one in the basement. I'll pull like the wrestling mat up to like sweep or something. Yeah. Something will crawl out, and I'm like, nope. But it's like I can appreciate them. I can appreciate every creature: spiders, snakes, anything.
Right.
I like it's in a protective glass that can't jump at me.
Right.
Yep, heavy. I'm doing the same thing.
I'm very into praying mantis too. I love those guys. I always get those every summer.
Like, funny story about me, I was driving through McDonald's and there was a little praying mantis on the like order screen, and I was like the person that got out of my car. I'm like, hang on. I put it in a cup and I like moved it. I was like, they're just so cool. But I was like, I didn't feel, it was just on the order screen. I'm like, they're too cool to be there, I guess. I don't know, but I did totally move it off. And every once in a while, like around our house and the trees and stuff, and they are fascinating to look at. They really are.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but
yeah.
I never thought to keep one. But yeah,
I love their personality and everything. They're just on alert always.
yes.
Yep.
And they just look at you. They know.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
got a side story about praying mantises.
Uh-huh.
At work, I did have one for a long time. About 6 months. He lived on my Ranger that was inside my box trailer, and I just named him Manny the Mantis. And
Aw.
I didn't have one bug inside my trailer
I did.
besides him.
Yeah.
He took care of everything, and he'd be somewhere on my ATV inside my trailer, and every day we'd find him and he'd come crawling out from somewhere, and he'd go with us for a ride, and we'd load him back up in the trailer and shut him up at night and come check on him in the morning.
Oh.
And then one day he just wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
We just called him Manny the Mantis.
That is so cool.
It is. Have you ever kept walking sticks?
No, I have not.
No. They're another little random fascinating
Yeah,
oddity.
they are. They are pretty little cool creatures.
I had to catch one for my entomology class, and I was on the hunt for them for like that whole semester. Couldn't find one, and that class ended.
Oh.
They were everywhere, and I was like, "You guys knew I was looking for you." There were some cool bugs in that I learned about in that entomology class that I never thought I needed to know about that, but it was a fascinating class. I had no idea.
They're pretty cool creatures, though. I don't see them too much anymore like I used to when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to see them all the time, and now you have to kind of actively look. But every once in a while, I'll see one on the front of the house just randomly.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Leslie's with the potato bugs. Yeah, potato bugs. Yeah, we have those. To us that's a garden bug,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not particularly liked.
No, I wouldn't say.
They'll destroy a plant, house plant, vegetable plant.
Are those
Those are bad bugs.
the same thing as the Japanese beetle ones, or those?
Oh, man. Ooh, yeah,
No,
those are
they're
something
different.
else.
Potato bugs different than the Japanese people.
Because I know those ate a lot of my garden this past year.
Oh, when they first came out here, they ate all my stuff. I was like, oh my goodness. They were, yeah. The Japanese people were something else.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They
Well,
were
you
swarming
got-
last summer too. I'm like, wow, they're not going nowhere yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got 5 more minutes. So what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Crystal some more.
Okay.
Well, yeah, she's here.
I'm sorry I didn't invite you sooner on the live chat. It took me a little bit to find you on social media. So now that I found you on social media, you're welcome to the live chat whenever you want to pop in.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
And I do appreciate you coming on. It was really fun to talk to you. I'm really glad that we got it all worked out.
Yeah, me too.
That's
I
like the
appreciate
most
you guys having me.
person.
It was awesome. It was awesome being on here with you guys today.
Well, thank you. No, I'm glad you joined us. I've learned a bunch. The chat has just told me a bunch.
Yeah, that's good though.
Well, that's
We all learn from each other. That's a good thing.
Exactly.
On your house plants, do you fertilize them with like liquid fertilizer or like the sticks, or do you use anything? On
my house plants, well, in the summertime I fertilize them, but in the wintertime I just use fish water every my fish water.
Just your fish water. I try so far. And you guys with your pretty plants, and that's just I'm gonna figure it out. But I do know that fish water that turned my whole garden around last year. It really did. There's something to that.
It makes a big difference.
Well, that's what I was telling.
I love my fish water, my frog water, whatever changing.
I want to get a bigger section because now that there is a spot in our backyard that they used to have as a garden, but they kind of don't use it anymore. And I would like to till that up again and get them out because I had like a raised garden and a bunch of like flowers.
Oh, nice.
Was using. So I'd like to somehow make that larger.
One more project, folks. Hey, Multi-Tank Addiction. How's it going, bud? One more project. See, folks?
It's never done. And you get it. It's like, oh, the fish room looks good. Everything's good. And then you look around and you're like, maybe I should go check things out at the fish store and see what's new. And then you come home and you're like, well, am I done? I want to try to kind of branch out. I'm trying to do a community tank, but I haven't figured it out yet. But I want to do some kind of like peaceful little community tank, but I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. Yeah, I really need to. I'm gonna be working on that in the spring, or maybe even now.
Well, it sounds like you've got a good plan. Like you know the direction you're going to take with it, like your new tank.
Oh yeah, of course. I'll keep those videos going. That's for sure.
I'm excited. I want to see how you set it up because my operating skills are lackluster, so I need all the ideas from you guys I possibly can get. I try. But dang. I never paid attention to what it looked like as long as the fish were okay. I didn't really care what it looked like. But now seeing all these beautiful tanks, I'm like, how did you do that?
It makes like, wait a minute.
Come on now.
Right.
I went and got a bunch of dragonstone. I'm like, this looks good. And I can't even figure, I'm like, how do you get this to stack?
Exactly.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, I guess send everybody to Father Fish next. It's about that time.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for being here again. It was fun talking
Thanks
to you.
for having me. I appreciate it. It was nice. I liked it a lot.
It's fun time. And again, like I said, you're welcome anytime. Just message me or I'll get in contact with you, and you're welcome anytime. We'll set it up again in the future. We'll chat again. We'll have a part 2, 3, and 4.
Thank you,
sounds
Priscilla.
good. But Father Fish is next. And then is it Susie Q, Kaylor's, and then Danikin? I need to actually write this down, but I will see everybody in the live chats while he watches the football game.
Yep, go Chiefs!
So I'll see you guys around. And again, thank you guys so much for being here. And thank you, Crystal, again. And I'll message you super soon. Bye, guys.
Bye. Peace.
See you next week.